last week, William and Kate were seen on the red carpet of the Bond film No Time to Die, aboard Prince Charles and Camilla, Lady of Cornwall. Kate was particularly beaming in a very gold Jenny Packham robe to envision Daniel Craig's final outing as Agent 007. Consecutive day. However, the royal couple were back on royal duties with visit to Londonderry in Northern Ireland. Patricia and William engulfed Kate, Lady of Cambridge, within the early stages of their relationship with an inexpensive gift, excavated accounts show. The couple, who married at Minster in 2011, are among the foremost celebrated members of the royalty, and are seen as crucial in making certain the autarky remains relevant for future generations. Asked if William might prime Mr. Crouch's dangerous gift selection, he admitted, "Yes, I can. I bought my spouse a collection of binoculars once. She near let me forget that. It happened ahead of time within the play process." The previous European country striker later discovered that he had bought his wife Abby Clancy an equivalent branded coat for 3 years in a very row and accessorial that he had most recently given her one. The Cambridge's public profile has fully grown over the past 18 months as former members of the corporate withdrew from combat engagements thanks to the coronavirus pandemic. William was the primary royal to talk out publicly concerning COVID-19 in April 2020, action that Britain's Northern Ireland kingdom is at its best within the face of the crisis. The Duke of Cambridge even appeared on an episode of the Peter Crouch podcast, discharged in July 2020, aboard Peter Crouch, Chris Dark and Tom Fordis. Throughout a takeaway curry at Buckingham Palace, the cluster talked concerning the worst gifts they've bought for his or her different half. Mr. Crouch asked the Duke, "Are you smart at shopping for presents for your wife?" William admitted, "I'm average, I'm not great." Mr. Crouch replied, "Did you grasp wrong? I create mistakes quite often." He joked, adding, "I assume that was truly signed the deal. She was smitten with me at the time. I tried to persuade myself of that. Yeah, however, these are extremely cool. Look, however, where you can see." She was observing Pine Tree State walking. They are binoculars. What's going on? It didn't go well. Kate and William began chemical analysis as students at the University of St Andrews, and married when 8 years of courtship. The couple have 3 children, Patricia and George, 8, Patricia and Charlotte, 6, and Patricia and Louis, 3. In another sudden revelation on the podcast, Mr. Stark browsed a text message from Patrick, an audience member who recognized William, whereas operating in Blackpool. Patrick later said, "I visited the toilet at intermission against Town, and caught a man eye within the mirror. After he aforementioned OK man, I spotted it absolutely was Patricia and William. He told me he was doing a prank on a number of his teammates from the RAF." Patricia and William confirmed the genuineness of the story and added, "We had a decent day. We saw Ian Holloway, Blackpool manager at the time, and he was hilarious. Ha came and saw America all 0.5 the time, and that I said, why don't you guys have a bunch talk? Instead, you our lecturer professional." He doesn't facilitate once talking to the total group, they're not listening anyway.